All right, welcome back guys. We're the Culver family. Today we're going to do an unboxing video of our new Smittybilt XL rooftop tent for our Suburban.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too.
We waited 2 weeks to get this thing.
Yeah, we've been waiting for 2 weeks to get it. We got a lot of plans for it, a lot of cool ideas that we want to do with this thing. But if you're new to the channel, we used to live full-time in an RV, and we're still looking for a new RV. We haven't found exactly what we're looking for yet, and everything was just kind of gotten crazy expensive. So we thought, we seen the rooftop tents and we thought, man, that'd be a really cool, cheap alternative to camp this spring and summer and just have a lot of good family trips with the kids, and we just thought it'd be neat. We're about to unbox this thing right now and kind of see how it looks on the ground and what way we want to put it on the Suburban. And
it's way bigger than I thought.
Yeah, it's huge. This is the box right here.
This is just half of it. Like, this is me.
Yeah.
So this is half of it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get this camera set up. I'll probably time lapse it or fast forward it. We're just gonna kind of open it up and see what all comes in there. And let's check it out.
This is so awesome, y'all.
It's a lot bigger than I thought.
Oh my gosh.
So we just opened it up and all the hardware is inside. And so we're just sorting through it now. Getting ready to put it all together. It's got tracks on it that we got to put on. Anyway, it's got a bunch of stuff to pull out and look at. So I'm going to cut the camera off in just a second, but I just wanted to kind of show you how big this thing is on the inside.
Let me turn a flashlight on so you can see.
But I mean, yeah, it's freaking massive.
Can you climb in?
That's super cool.
This is gonna be so much fun. Oh, this is so cool. It'll be different kind of camping.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Hey, how's that? That pad feels good. Is it comfortable?
Really soft, yes.
Yeah, so the pad mat, it comes with a mattress pad. It's like memory foam.
Like a 5-inch memory foam.
And it feels really soft. It's like a 2 or 3 inch, I think.
This
all
is
right.
gonna be so fun.
Well, let's get it all put together and get this thing on.
All right.
So it's almost 5 o'clock. We basically just got everything unboxed. Let's see how long it actually takes us to get it assembled and up on top of the Suburban here. That way we know, that way everyone will know, like, we should be an average time for normal people, unless you're just like a wizard with, you know, instructions and tools and everything. We kind of just wing it, but I think we can get it on in less than 2 hours.
I'll set a timer, how about that?
All right, so we'll set a timer now and see how long it actually takes to assemble the tent and get it installed, so you kind of have an idea how long it might take you. All right, so the instructions are not
helpful at all.
They're not the greatest thing in the world if you're just an average, like, do-it-yourselfer type person. I'm sure if you're like a carpenter or a construction guy, it may be super easy for you, but if you're just regular people like us, the instructions for the Smittybilt are not that great. So
everyone we found said YouTube the instructions.
So I'm gonna break down each little piece how I'd want it to be broke down to me, so maybe it'll save somebody some time. That's the stupidest commercial ever if you've never seen it. Okay, so I'm gonna break this thing down. When you open this bag up and you pull out...
Take the instructions and immediately throw them away.
Yeah. Step 1, throw the instructions in the garbage. All right, so you're gonna get an assortment of bolts, nuts, and a bunch of crap you're not even gonna know what it does or what it's for.
Because the instructions don't tell you.
All right, so first step, you're gonna get 8 of these thinner screws
that have bigger
washers and bolts on, okay?
Yep.
4 of them, is it 4 or 6? 6. 6 of them, yeah. So 6 of them have these big washers just like that. Okay, those are the ones you're gonna use. So go ahead.
For the track.
Yes. So take one track.
Which we already did.
We've already installed one. This is the second one. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Just so you know. So first thing you're gonna do is take.
Oh, you lost them all.
Take 3 of these nuts. Okay, with the little Teflon coating in, these like lock nuts, okay? Take 3 of those. Those are gonna slide down the track.
I'll show you.
Okay. So take the little rubber end off of your track.
Take your bolts.
Take your bolt.
You have this little stopper, the black piece, that faces up.
Yep.
You're gonna slide them in here. Use this, I'm just gonna fling them across.
Yep.
You're gonna put 3 in here. And you're gonna line them up with these little holes when you get to them. Right here.
Just like that.
Okay.
And then that's gonna line up, you're gonna line that up with the hole in the bottom of your tent, just like that. Yep.
I'm gonna stick my hand in.
So she's just sticking her hand underneath the mattress, and she's gonna push that bolt up and then just screw it in. Because the way that nut sits in this track, it holds the nut for you so you don't have to have another wrench on one end, basically.
Just lightly screwing them in right now.
So that's what we did. You do that to 3. There's 3 of them in each one. So same thing again. Just put the nut right over the hole, reach through underneath your mattress, and then thread your bolt into the nut, just like that. And then you just tighten everything down. So that's what we did here
For the track.
for the tracks, okay? So then you'll have both tracks mounted, and then you're ready for step 2. The instructions say to put the ladder on. So to do that, you have to flip the tent back over onto the other side. And this is where the instructions are terrible, because
And we found out from several people on YouTube their instructions are the exact same, and ours is actually missing pictures.
ours is different, missing half of pictures.
So
It doesn't make
get
sense.
right with your instructions.
So when you go to put your ladder on,
Make sure that both the doors are open to the ladder because you're going to have to access the inside.
all right, so this is your bracket right here, okay? And hopefully you can see how I've got this set up, all right? We have 1 bracket on the inside of the ladder, and then 1 on the outside. That's the only way the bolt holes will line up with what's already drilled into the tent. Even though our instructions say that this goes on the outside of the ladder, it doesn't. You have to do 1 on the outside, 1 on the inside. How you do your bolt is you put your bolt
To the inside.
metal washer, bracket,
2
your
pieces
2
of plastic.
plastic washers, then through your ladder bracket, then your metal washer, and then your lock nut on the end of that. So bolt, metal washer, and your 2, just remember your 2 Teflon plastic washers, they go sandwiched in between. That way you don't have a metal on metal contact, because this ladder pivots on this bracket right here. Then you run your other 2 6mm by 20mm bolts. God, this camera's really getting on my nerves, sorry. You run your bolts up through the bottom, washer, and lock nut on the top, and then you're going to tighten everything down. All right, so we got the ladder on.
This thing's way more complicated than it needs
Yeah,
to be.
it seems like that. Well, it seems like it shouldn't be complicated, but it ends up being complicated because the instructions are terrible. And once you kind of figure it out, it clicks. You're like, oh, okay, I get it now. But at first, you're just like, you don't know what to do. So we got the ladder on. We got it strapped down so that we can put it on top of the Suburban. And then we have to get the mounting brackets installed. The mounting, I'll show you in just a second. Basically, we got to get that on top of the Suburban, and then we got to finish up with the hardware. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that. It's getting dark, and then we'll finish up tomorrow. So let's get it on the Suburban and see how it works.
Holy moly. You know, this looks so easy online. Like, instructions, putting it together, like, don't be fooled. This is hard.
Alright, so we got a little bent rail. I think I have a fix for it, but it's starting to get dark outside, and we want to just stop.
We're getting tired.
Getting frustrated, so just gonna stop for the night and pick this up in the morning, and that way once we finish it we can kind of open it up and have good lighting so you can kind of see everything. But so far it's been slightly frustrating little process.
A lot of it though is expectation. They make it look really easy.
Yeah, the installation is not as easy as I thought it was going to be, but
and we're not the only ones struggling. We were finding out that everyone has this issue.
Yeah, I looked up a couple of other YouTube videos, and seems like I'm not the only one that had a problem with this.
Smitty, get your stuff together.
Yeah, the instructions are not that great. Anyways, we're gonna pick this back up tomorrow. Bye.
All right, so it's the next day, and as you can see in the video of the time lapse, that took us a total of 3 hours from the time of trying to figure out the directions, watching videos, and getting this thing loaded on our car. So, so we got it loaded on the car. It took us about 3 YouTube videos of trying to figure out exactly what to do. Not because it took us we needed 3 videos, but because every video we watched had different problems with the directions and pieces with the tent. So one issue we found, obviously, was that our brackets to rack it to the mount was bent. We were trying to put these things on the track and could not figure out, we thought maybe they sent us the wrong track. We tried putting it on the other ones and it fit perfectly. So this side right here is bent. We had to unbend it, which we may still go in from the other side. So all we have to do now is basically mount it to the rack. And hopefully that will be a simple process since it took 3 hours to do everything else. All right, so you have these bigger bolts right here. They come with a washer and a nut. And you're gonna take this little silver piece and you're just going to place it down inside, just like that. So the spikes will be up. And then you're gonna have this piece right here. So the whole goal is to put these on the track, and then the mount on our car, the rack will go right in between this, and it will screw down underneath here. Okay, since the track on the other end of this one is bent, even though we spread it out a little bit wider, it's still hard to get in. So I'm gonna go and slide all of them down on this end, and you just put it in this track. And I'm gonna slide 3 across first, since we can't get to it from the other end. You're going to need more than one person to do all this. You need more than 2 hands. So I'm gonna lift up and you're gonna slide them. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Alright, so we got 3 across. Put the 4th one in. Bump it. Get off the car. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the bracket on with the nuts and washer, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is right. And I'm just gonna hand tighten them, and then we want to make sure that it's evenly squared, and then we'll go back and tighten it. So we're just gonna do this on this one and all the way around until it's hopefully good. So this will slide up on this. Get my other hand or your hand through. Just like that. So many issues.
All right, so
if you take anything from this, hopefully it's a good laugh.
Yeah. We're just getting the nuts tightened on the clamp right now. I'm going to show y'all something really quick. The instructions that are on the ground right there, because that's where they belong. The instructions say that the rooftop tent is made to go on factory roof racks, and they say it'll work. In the instructions it says it'll work on most OEM racks. I've heard a lot of people say that the factory crossbars that go on your rack, so on this Suburban it came from the factory with a roof rack and 2 crossbars across that rack. Now I was told that you would have to upgrade those for these tents because the tent's a little bit too heavy. The instructions said that it would still work. So what we're doing, we're just going to experiment. I'm leaving the factory crossbars on and we're going to see if it works. If it breaks, that's fine. I've already built 2 other crossbars that just in case we need them, but I really want to know if the factory OEM rack on this GM Suburban will actually hold this tent up. That way people will know, you know, because if it bends or breaks or whatever, then at least we'll know and we can let people know that it doesn't work at all. So we're just kind of experimenting. So if you're wondering like why we're just using the factory crossbars, it's just we're just wanting to see if it breaks or not. Yeah, we're curious to see if it breaks. So we're going to finish tightening this down, and then I don't know what the heck those red straps hanging down are. We're going to have to figure that out too, and then we'll see in just a second. So
open it up and climb in it and see if it falls through.
Yeah. All right.
You like that, huh? I do better. What?
You have a hole in your pants.
Sweet. Hopefully they can't see that tiny hole.
They can't.
I do better when I don't look at the pieces. I do better with feeling.
Does it help if I do this?
No! You sidetracked me. Now I can't get this thing screwed in.
2,000 years later.
Trust fall.
You better skip back. You better skip back. That's where my blood's gonna land.
Cross right fall.
Okay. It's on.
Alright, so that took forever to tighten that thing down. Let me show you why and show you a trick that might help you out.
A ratchet wrench.
Yeah.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, for one.
You need the right tool.
For one, I think this thing was made to put on racks that sit higher off of your roof. Ours sits pretty low, so you barely have any room to get your wrench in there. Alright, so if you can see, that nut's got a long way to travel. And if you can see, it's really close to the roof. I'm hoping that don't sag down and hit the roof, but we'll find out in a minute. But anyways, just getting a wrench under there and just all you can really do is turn it like a quarter turn at a time. And so it takes forever. So if you'll get a 13mm ratcheting wrench, that'll save you a lot of time there instead of just having to turn this thing by hand, just little increments at a time. So.
Alright, so now that we've got it set on the rack, I'm going to go ahead and unstrap all the straps. They're surrounded all the way around. Extend the ladder, and then when I pull the ladder down, it should hopefully pop the tent open.
That's not good. Hang on.
Alright, so we open the tent. You have the screen and then you have the canvas front door. You just tie them both up separately. You have this brace right here that will help open up the veranda. Right here, and it screws into these little bitty poles.
It just pops.
They're hidden. They just pop right on top, just like that. And you can pull that sleeve back up.
Yep, this piece is one piece. It goes all the way like that.
Well, it's actually 3 pieces that clip in together.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we have 3 short braces just like this that are going to help be the support beams. Same thing, they have little holes up here that will feed to the inside of the tent.
Sick. That doesn't look very good.
There we go.
And sorry I'm so close in here in the video. I'm trying to avoid this wind. It's super windy today, which I guess it's bad for video, but it's good because you know how it's going to be to set this thing up if it's windy and not perfect conditions.
You can climb in here real quick.
I can't.
You can't?
No.
There is the inside beam, and that's what I'm attaching that pole to. I almost need you to push on that one. There we go. I'm breaking a sweat here, guys.
And then this just clips right in.
Turns the full out of the tent. It's just like that. Oh, and
So you got one there, one in the middle, and then one more to put right there. And then there's a long one, I don't know.
I feel like this whole thing, once you've done it, it's going to be super easy. But trying to figure it out with directions that are made for the wrong tent, we're trying to figure it out. So it really kind of sucks. And it's frustrating.
Well, while Cherie's setting that up, I'm going to show you how the window things work. It's pretty simple. It comes with these little metal rods, and they just stick in the side of the tent. Has a pre-drilled hole in it. You just stick them in there, right there. You stick this end in first, and you bend that up, and you connect it into that grommet right there, and then that gives you your little window opening. And so it's pretty simple. You can actually do all this from inside the tent while sitting in it. And we're just trying to figure everything out. And I think once we do it once or twice, it'll be super easy.
Yes.
But you can see there's a ton of room in there right now.
It's just figuring it out. We're having to learn the hard way. Just roll this up.
And also, if you just needed to set this thing up really quick, you wouldn't have to even do all these window things or nothing. You could leave all this shut, literally flop the tent out, unfold it, and climb up in there and sleep. So this could be a really quick process. We're just trying to set every little thing up.
So we know how it works.
Yeah, excuse me. So we know how it works. And
do you have another one of these outside? And I'll show you how to set up from the outside?
yeah.
Okay. So you'll go through the fabric and you'll see these little holes. They're at an angle, so you'll slide this in. You're gonna think you're breaking this, but you're not. I'm gonna get my other pole. And you'll definitely want to go in the hole first. We tried this a few times. Go in the hole first.
That's what she said.
Voila, I think this one's backwards. Let's see if I can twist it. I put it on backwards.
No, that's back.
That's backwards.
There
All
we
right.
go. Yeah.
We're getting there, I promise. So we're inside the tent. we've got the majority of it set up. We were wondering what the heck these red straps were because they were folded on the outside, but we found out that they're like crap straps to help you get up the ladder.
Yep, so you can grab and come in.
That's actually really nice. I'm glad that they did that. Another thing that's really cool, I didn't know it came with all these accessories. We heard that, you know, it had all these features for the USB and stuff like that that you could put from your car to the tent, but it totally came with the accessories. It comes with a extender that goes all the way to your car, so you can either roll your window down, your sunroof, go through the door, however you want to do it. And then it comes with this awesome LED light. And it's just taped on, so it's got this adhesive on it, and we just basically stuck it to this beam up here. So I'm curious to see how bright it is. We decided that since it's already set up and we spent all this time, what, basically a day's worth of setting up this tent, that we might as well enjoy sleeping in it tonight and kind of get a review to see how well it holds up. One thing that we did realize on the outside is the main support beam of this tent is hanging on this left side, and so the bolts are hitting the top of my roof. So we will have to get what he calls the sexy tool, and we're going to have to drill those down. Hopefully we can do that without taking the whole thing off, but if not, it's one of those just lesson learned type of things. So also it did come with a computer cable as well, an extender, so if you want to attach a laptop to this, then you can also bring up your laptop in the tent and watch a movie. So we're gonna...
Alright guys, so we basically got everything set up like Sheree was saying, and we still haven't worked out all the kinks yet. That's why we're going to try to stay the night in it, and then that way I can go over kind of everything with y'all and let you know how it really is once we've actually stayed in it and used everything a couple of times. But this video, we just want to do an unboxing and a quick setup. It ended up taking us probably, what, 6 hours total?
Yeah.
That's us looking at YouTube videos and unboxing it and actually working through problems and stuff. And like I said, we still aren't 100% there, but we're really, really close. We just want to we'll just do a quick walk around so you can kind of see what it looks like all set up on.
It's actually really cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be really cool and a lot of fun. Our whole plan for this deal was to use this for just quick camping trips, just weekend things that we could go do as a family, and that would be quick, easy setup, and just kind of turn the Suburban into like just a really cheap
weekend getaway.
Yeah, a really cheap RV basically, so that we could do what we're going to do in the future is we have a trailer, a cargo trailer, and we're going to do a build on that and make that like an adventure overlanding camping type thing, and eventually the rooftop tent will go on that with a better rack system and all that. But just for the short term, we wanted to get this thing going, use it, and see how it is, and that way we can do some really cheap, you know, quick weekend getaways, sort of mini vacations that are close to home, and kind of do things that way going forward. That's the whole goal.